Assalamu alaikum and welcome everyone to another insightful session of our AI Tevta Teachers Training Bootcamp. I am your host Wakas Iqbal, instructor at the Center of Excellence for Training and Development, Lahore, and a proud participant of Batch 4 Tevta AI Teachers Training Bootcamp in collaboration with the Rehan AI Teachers Training Institute. Today's topic is something we often ignore in our daily lives: how to identify and avoid toxic positivity. In Pakistan, we are taught to stay strong, think positive, and don't complain. But sometimes these statements silence real emotions, struggles, and challenges. As teachers, parents, and professionals, it is important for us to understand that positivity is good, but forced positivity can hurt mental health, damage relationships, and stop real problem solving. Before we begin, let's remind ourselves of a powerful Qur'anic ayah about emotional honesty. Do not mix the truth with falsehood, nor hide the truth knowingly. Surah Al-Baqarah. This ayah teaches us to embrace truth, including emotional truth, and avoid pretending everything is perfect when it is not. Today, our guest is ChatGPT, who will help us understand the concept of toxic positivity and how we can deal with emotions in a healthier, more Islamic, and more human way. Assalamu alaikum, ChatGPT. How are you?
Walaikum assalam. I'm doing great. Thank you so much. Excited to be here and looking forward to our discussion.
Okay. ChatGPT, in simple words, what is toxic positivity and why do people misunderstand it as motivation?
Absolutely. In simple terms, toxic positivity is when people only focus on positive emotions and ignore or dismiss any negative feelings. This can lead to the misunderstanding that simply being positive is always the solution, which can sometimes invalidate real struggles and emotions. People often see it as motivation because it encourages optimism, but it can sometimes overlook the need for genuine emotional expression.
Right. In Pakistani families, we often hear "bas shukr karo" even when someone is struggling. Is this an example of toxic positivity?
Yes, exactly. When phrases like just be grateful are used to dismiss someone's genuine struggles, it can indeed be a form of toxic positivity. It can unintentionally minimize the person's feelings and make them feel guilty for expressing their emotions. It's important to balance gratitude with acknowledging and validating the real difficulties someone might be facing.
Right. As an instructor in Tevta, I meet students who hide their emotions because they fear judgment. How can I support them better?
That's a really important concern. One way to support them is by creating a safe and open environment where they feel comfortable expressing themselves without judgment, encouraging open conversations, actively listening, and validating their feelings can go a long way. You can also incorporate discussions about emotional well-being into your lessons and emphasize that it's okay to feel and express a range of emotions.
Right. Is it wrong to feel sad or stressed even when Islam teaches us gratitude?
Not at all. In Islam, it's completely natural and acceptable to feel sad or stressed. Gratitude doesn't mean ignoring or suppressing your emotions. Rather, it's about maintaining a balance. Islam encourages us to seek support, to express our feelings, and to turn to prayer and patience during tough times. So, feeling those emotions is part of being human.
Right. In classrooms, teachers often say, "Don't worry, everything will be fine." When does this become harmful instead of helpful?
It can become harmful when those reassurances dismiss the real concerns or emotions of the students, making them feel unheard or invalidated. It's important to acknowledge their feelings first and then offer reassurance. When students feel heard and understood, that encouragement becomes much more meaningful.
Right. How can teachers create a safe space where students can openly discuss their challenges?
Teachers can create a safe space by fostering trust and empathy. This can include setting clear guidelines for respect and confidentiality, actively listening without judgment, encouraging open dialogue and validating their experiences. Also, incorporating regular check-ins and being approachable can help students feel more comfortable sharing their challenges.
Right. In Pakistani's competitive environment, students feel pressure to stay strong. How can we reduce this pressure?
To reduce this pressure, teachers can promote a more holistic approach to learning, where the focus is on growth, effort, and well-being rather than just outcomes, encouraging a growth mindset, celebrating small achievements, and normalizing challenges as part of the learning process can help. Also, providing emotional support, open communication, and stress management techniques can really make a difference.
Right. What are common signs that someone is experiencing toxic positivity from others?
Some common signs include dismissive responses to their feelings, such as phrases like just stay positive, or it could be wordy, a lack of empathy or understanding, feeling pressured to hide or downplay negative emotions, and a general sense of guilt for not being constantly upbeat. These signs often indicate that someone's emotional experiences are being overlooked or invalidated.
Right. How do phrases like just be positive or don't think negative stop real healing?
These phrases can stop real healing because they discourage people from fully processing their emotions. When someone's feelings are dismissed, they might not feel safe to explore and understand those emotions, which can lead to unresolved issues. Genuine healing comes from acknowledging and validating those feelings and then working through them at their own pace.
Right. What is the Islamic way of dealing with emotions like pain, grief, or frustration?
In Islam, dealing with emotions like pain, grief, or frustration involves a combination of patience, prayer, and seeking support. Muslims are encouraged to turn to Allah through prayer and supplication to express their emotions honestly and to find solace in the Quran and Hadith. It also emphasizes the importance of community support, compassion, and counseling, allowing individuals to process their feelings in a healthy and balanced way.
Right. What is a healthy way to comfort someone who is going through a tough time?
A healthy way to comfort someone is to first listen actively and empathetically, acknowledge their feelings without judgment, and offer your presence and support. You can also provide words of encouragement and remind them that it's okay to feel what they're feeling. Sometimes practical help or simply being there can make a big difference. It's also helpful to gently encourage them to seek professional support if needed.
Right. How can we identify toxic positivity in our own behavior as teachers?
To identify toxic positivity in our own behavior, we can reflect on how we respond to students' challenges. For instance, if we tend to immediately shut down negative emotions or push for constant optimism without acknowledging their struggles, that's a sign. It's also important to pay attention to feedback from students and notice if they feel unheard or pressured. Regular self-reflection, seeking honest input from colleagues, and being open to adjusting our approach can really help.
Right. Many students in Pakistan face financial or family stress. How can we acknowledge their struggle with empathy?
Acknowledging their struggles with empathy involves creating a compassionate and non-judgmental environment. We can start by actively listening to their concerns, showing genuine care and understanding, and validating their feelings without minimizing them. Offering flexible support, like understanding deadlines or connecting them with resources, can also make a big difference. It's all about being approachable and showing that we genuinely care about their well-being.
Right. What role does active listening play in avoiding toxic positivity?
Active listening plays a crucial role because it ensures that we truly understand and validate the other person's feelings. By listening attentively, we show empathy and allow them to express themselves without fear and judgment. This approach helps us avoid the trap of just offering quick positive cliches and instead lets us respond in a more meaningful, supportive way.
What are some alternatives to staying positive all the time?
Some great alternatives include acknowledging and validating the person's feelings, offering empathy and understanding, and encouraging them to express themselves fully. It's also helpful to support them in finding practical solutions and coping strategies. and reminding them that it's okay to have a range of emotions. Encouraging self-compassion and patience is also key, as well as fostering a supportive environment where they can feel safe to navigate their emotions.
Okay, thank you, ChatGPT, for sharing such meaningful and practical insights. Today's session reminded us that positivity is beautiful, but only when it is balanced with truth and compassion. Toxic positivity hides pain, but healthy positivity helps us heal. As teachers, parents, mentors, and professionals in Pakistan, we must learn to listen more, judge less, and support people with honesty and empathy.
Absolutely. That's so well said. It's all about finding that balance and truly being present for one another. I'm really glad we could dive into this topic, and I'm always here to help further. Thank you for the thoughtful discussion.